to be back and I can't wait to be out on court and I hope to see you there. Friend of mine, competing against each other as competitors, I think we're very accustomed to it.
Nobody expected the scene that unfolded the moment Alex Eala arrived in Birmingham. Long before a single Wimbledon ball had been struck, something extraordinary was already happening. Travelers at the airport began noticing groups of excited supporters carrying Philippine flags. Social media posts started spreading rapidly. Videos showing fans gathering to welcome the rising tennis sensation accumulated thousands of views within hours. What should have been a routine arrival suddenly felt like the beginning of something much bigger. And as Alex Eala stepped onto British soil, one thing became immediately clear: the Filipino tennis phenomenon had arrived. And her supporters were determined to make their presence impossible to ignore. The excitement surrounding Eala has been building for months. Her remarkable performances on the international stage have transformed her from a promising young athlete into one of the most talked about names in tennis. Every tournament she enters now seems to attract larger crowds, more media attention, and increasing expectations. But even seasoned observers were surprised by what happened in Birmingham. Fans weren't waiting until Wimbledon to show their support. They were already organizing gatherings, sharing travel plans, and creating a festival-like atmosphere around Eala's arrival. For many, it felt less like the build-up to a tennis tournament and more like the arrival of a global superstar. As news of her arrival spread online, supporters from across the United Kingdom began posting messages welcoming her. Some had traveled hundreds of miles. Others had booked time off work specifically to attend upcoming matches. Families proudly displayed Philippine flags outside hotels and public gathering spots. Everywhere, conversations centered around one question: could Alex Eala make another historic run on one of tennis's biggest stages? The anticipation was impossible to miss. Even people with only a casual interest in tennis found themselves curious about the growing excitement surrounding the young Filipino star. What makes the phenomenon especially remarkable is how rapidly it has grown. Just a few years ago, Eala was viewed as a talented prospect with significant potential. Today, she represents something much larger. For millions of supporters around the world, she symbolizes determination, resilience, and the belief that dreams can become reality through relentless effort. Every victory she achieves feels personal to her fans. Every milestone becomes a collective celebration. And as Birmingham prepared to host one of tennis's rising stars, that emotional connection was on full display. Witnesses described scenes rarely associated with pre-tournament rivals. Fans gathered early, hoping to catch a glimpse of Eala. Many carried handmade signs featuring encouraging messages. Others wore Philippine colors with pride. Whenever reports surfaced about her movements, social media activity exploded. Photos were shared thousands of times within minutes. Videos generated countless reactions. The atmosphere reflected genuine excitement rather than manufactured hype. People weren't simply following a player. They felt invested in her journey. Meanwhile, sports commentators began taking notice. Discussions on television and online platforms are increasingly focused on the growing influence of Eala's fanbase. Analysts pointed out that few young athletes generate this level of enthusiasm before a major tournament even begins. Some compared the atmosphere to the early stages of other international sporting icons whose popularity eventually transcended their sport. While comparisons can sometimes be exaggerated, there was no denying the energy surrounding Eala's arrival. Everywhere observers looked, evidence of her expanding global appeal could be found. For Filipino communities throughout the United Kingdom, the moment carried additional significance. Many described feeling immense pride seeing one of their own becoming a major figure on the world stage. Community groups coordinated meetups. Local organizations discussed hosting watch parties. Restaurants are prepared for increased interest from supporters gathering to follow matches together. The excitement extended far beyond tennis. It became a celebration of representation, achievement, and cultural pride. As anticipation continued building, memories of Eala's recent accomplishments resurfaced. Fans shared highlight videos. Interviews were reposted across social media. Inspirational moments from previous tournaments gained renewed attention. Every reminder seemed to strengthen the growing belief that something special could happen during the upcoming grass court season. Optimism spread rapidly. Supporters weren't merely hoping for competitive performances. Many genuinely believed Eala had the potential to surprise the tennis world once again. The growing crowds also attracted international media attention. Reporters covering preparations for Wimbledon began documenting the phenomenon. Camera crews captured scenes of enthusiastic supporters gathering in Birmingham. Journalists interviewed fans eager to explain why they had traveled such long distances. Their answers often reflected similar themes: inspiration, pride, and admiration for Eala's determination. Again and again, supporters emphasized that her impact extends far beyond rankings and match results. She represents possibility. Even neutral tennis fans started paying attention. Curiosity naturally followed the growing buzz. People unfamiliar with Eala's story began researching her achievements. Others watched match highlights for the first time. Many quickly understood why excitement had reached such extraordinary levels. Her style of play, competitive spirit, and ability to perform under pressure have earned respect throughout the sport. Combined with her humble personality and strong connection with supporters, the result has been a rapidly expanding fan base that crosses national boundaries. As days passed, the momentum showed no signs of slowing. More supporters continued arriving. Social media engagement remained extremely high. Every update generated discussion. Every photograph sparked excitement. The sense that something important was unfolding became increasingly difficult to ignore. Birmingham was experiencing the early stages of what many believed could become one of the defining stories of the summer tennis season. For Alex Eala herself, the attention undoubtedly brings both opportunity and pressure. Expectations are now higher than ever. Millions of supporters will be watching closely. Every match will attract intense interest. Every performance will be analyzed. Yet those who have followed her career know she has consistently embraced challenges throughout her journey. Time and again, she has demonstrated composure beyond her years. Time and again, and she has found ways to rise to important moments. Now, with Wimbledon approaching and excitement reaching extraordinary levels, the stage is set for another fascinating chapter. The crowds are already gathering. The flags are already waving. The supporters are already making their presence felt across Birmingham. And if the scenes surrounding Alex Eala's arrival are any indication, this story is only just beginning. Because before Wimbledon has even started, one message is echoing across the United Kingdom loud and clear: Alex Eala is here. Her fans are everywhere, and the tennis world is watching. The question now isn't whether people have noticed. The question is, what happens next when one of the sport's brightest young stars finally steps onto the court and carries the hopes of millions with her? The countdown has begun, and the excitement has never been greater.